Yo, yo, yo. We should be
Are
live.
we? Shit.
Yeah, we are live. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? Good Noise Podcast. Yo, yo, yo.
The Good Boy Podcast representing.
Doing the actual podcast and not
It's wild.
not an interview. Although we have one of those after the fact. That's crazy.
Oh my god, that's gonna be awesome. Actually.
It's gonna
I'm
be
excited.
fantastic. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
I'm
that one to
excited.
go out actually.
Mhm.
So let's get right into it. Actually,
Okay.
let's talk about some live music first.
Oh, you actually.
I actually went to a show this past week. I went to one yesterday, but we're not going to
Oh.
talk about that first. We're going to talk about all the cancellations that happened
Oh.
because
hell.
this week was a bad one.
Was it?
It was. So we kicked off the
yeah.
week with Hella Mega getting postponed. This could have all happened like last week, and we could have talked about it like on last week's podcast. But like time isn't real, so we're just going to talk about it all here. I know for a fact we talked about Sad Summer getting postponed. That was an L. And but Hella Mega got postponed to 2021 to the surprise of absolutely no one. A couple other shows I was going to. The Weekend got rescheduled to 2021. Pretty much like the
Oh,
same
for real?
date. Yeah, that got postponed. Or straight up rescheduled. That has a new date already. The Megadeth and Lamb of God tour got postponed until further notice. Fuck. I think that's it. I know there's a couple that I was planning on going to. The Breaking Benjamin tour got canceled. The Incubus tour with 311 got canceled. Scary Kids, Scaring Kids got postponed. So yeah, this week was rough.
Yeah. Louis Tomlin got posted.
Yeah, but nobody cares, Glory.
God
Literally nobody
Shut
asked.
up, I care because that was my show.
Literally
That
no
was
one
my
asked.
show. I was gonna see him. And it was gonna be awesome. I was so excited, and then it got canceled. Well, not canceled. It got postponed.
It did
I
get
don't know
postponed.
till when.
Oh, probably 2021. Like.
Yeah,
this-
I know that, but it's like I'm sad because I was so excited.
L. Did you get tickets for that? Or were you like?
I was gonna buy them. No, I was gonna buy them the week right before Corona, like actually, like.
So that this was like guaranteed you were gonna go. You just didn't have tickets yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
guaranteed. My
Alright.
dad said, yeah.
Alright,
It
'cause I know,
had
like,
all the-
I know sometimes you're like, I'm gonna go to this show, and then it never
Yeah,
happens.
Youngblood, the 1975, and Niall were all. I'm gonna go to the show. Didn't even plan on getting tickets, but I was trying to go to the show.
Yeah.
But Louis was actually like guaranteed I was
Okay.
gonna go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
sad.
2021. I'm going to assume. Hopefully, we'll be back in full swing. Hopefully, you won't have to watch shows from your car like I did yesterday. A venue near me called the Clubhouse of Tom's River actually put on the first drive-in show here in the state of New Jersey. So I can flex and say I was at the first ever drive-in show. The headliner was America Part 2, and the opener was Young Neanderthal.
Okay.
It was definitely a banger lineup. I don't know what to say. I'm not going to lie. I didn't pay attention for very long. The infamous
Okay.
Sam was with me. So
Oh,
we didn't really pay attention. We were just there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
Did
know.
you pay?
No, it was all free. I mean, you could donate,
Oh.
but I have about $2 to my name, so I didn't donate anything.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, literally, I literally have like $2 to check my account because I bought the Cheers Prick song.
Uh-huh.
It's like $2.
I was gonna borrow money from the podcast.
Were you
PayPal.
actually?
No.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
gonna borrow money from the PayPal. Yeah, I checked. We're at negative $15 actually.
No, don't say that. Don't say that because you know what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah, we're at negative $15 on the podcast account actually. If someone could donate $15 to our Patreon, that would be fantastic.
Let's do it. Let's get to the goal of $15. We just need one $10 Patreon to get to 15. That's it. No. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's our goal right now. You do that, we'll stream twice a week. No, we won't. we barely have time to do this once a week.
Make promises you can't keep, man. That is rough. That is not gonna happen, man. Oh,
Yeah, Gloria, I barely made it to this one. I was
Yeah.
I was sitting in the car with Sam like, oh shit, I gotta leave.
oh,
Like I gotta go home. I got a podcast to do. She's like, you loser.
yeah.
Oh, the funny noise is happening already. from
Oh.
the funny noise. Just in case anybody wonders why my family is giggling out in the living room, they are watching the Impractical Jokers movie. Take that for what you will. It's so funny, I promise you. It's fucking hilarious. My mom asked me if I wanted to watch. Yeah, my mom was like, "You want to watch?" I'm like, "Nah, sorry, I got plans." And
Podcast.
Here I am. Yeah, here I am in the room over with all the funny noise. So,
Funny noise.
yeah, the show was cool.
The topics.
Yeah, the show was cool. Hopefully, maybe, I don't want to jinx anything, we might talk to America Part 2. No jinx anything.
That'd be kind of sick.
Nothing is etched in stone, but that might happen.
Might.
Now let's get into the topics.
Yes. Shoot, I dropped my coin. Okay, it's whatever. Yeah, sorry.
24 Golden and Youngblood dropped a remix, City of Angels, on May 19th. Because this has Youngblood, this is a 0 out of 10. This song blew.
Shut up! I thought it was really good! No! Did you actually listen to it?
I did. I listened to this.
Did you actually think it was bad?
Well, I just thought, like, it wasn't anything special. I couldn't even tell you where Youngblood was.
He was prominent, very prominent on, like, Austin Knight's, what was it, like, Wiggle? That song?
Oh, the Wibble Wobble or the Wobble Wobble, whatever the name of the song was.
Like, whatever that was.
The Wiggle Wobble.
He was very prominent on that track.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, how could you miss him? Like...
Because, like, I was also trying to, like, get home in one piece, and the roadways were shockingly busy today.
Wow.
So I'm not going to lie, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get out of Pennsylvania first.
That's fair.
But it didn't make me want to go to sleep, so that was cool. I'll give it that. Nice. I will give it that.
Yeah, that's definitely a bonus.
That is
always. Didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
I thought it was really good.
All right.
Honestly, I thought it was really good. And
well, you're gonna be full of horrible hot takes tonight.
Really?
Yeah, you like the 1975 album, but we'll get into that.
We're gonna get to that one.
Yep.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we rating stuff this week?
Sure. Let's rate some stuff. Yeah, let's rate some stuff.
What would you rate?
I already told you what I was gonna rate it. Because Youngblood's on the track. It's a 0 out of 10. Youngblood blows.
Oh, he does not. Youngblood's wonderful. I love Youngblood so much.
I'm gonna leave now.
Absolutely. You leave. I started this. I'll finish it. Sitting with just me, kicking everybody out. Okay. I rate this a solid 6 out of 10. Only because
I quit.
I want more Youngblood.
Only because I want more Youngblood. God, there was too much Youngblood in this fucking song, and I couldn't even tell you where it was. His name was on the track, and I said to Sam, like, I gotta listen to Youngblood on the way home. She's like, God bless your soul.
Oh my god. Okay.
God bless your soul.
We're moving on.
Jeff Rosenstock dropped an album, No Dream, on May 20th.
I wanted to see this topic.
Well, too bad, Glory.
Jeff Rosenstock dropped an album, No Dream, on May 20th. There you go.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get through this entire album. I'm gonna be completely transparent with it. And it wasn't because it was boring. It was because I was halfway through it, and then I got home and then I had to eat dinner, and now I'm here. So that's why I didn't get through it in full. But what I listened to, I did like. I will be.
You did like.
Yes.
Good.
But the comparison that you gave me this morning, what you told me about it was, it sounds low budget for but it's a higher budget production, and you were spot on with that. Whatever you said this morning, however you worded it.
Yeah, I didn't say low budget. I just said like it was a
local band,
like a local band sound, but somebody who's huge.
Yes.
Like, and it's so bizarre because I was like, oh, this must be like a small guy or whatever.
Which begs the question: was it recorded in quarantine? If it has that kind of raw sound to it, I haven't listened to the podcast. I haven't listened to any of his other stuff, so I could not tell you if that's just like his brand, or if it begs the question if that was recorded in quarantine. And
that'd be sick.
I'm just throwing it out there. It might already be out there that says it's just an album. I'm just throwing it out there. I didn't look into it. I gotta be completely honest. Yeah, we didn't.
We just kind of listened.
Yeah, we listened to it and we're like, this is good.
This is good. Yeah, I listened to the entire album and that sound continues. There isn't like one that's like super high quality.
Yeah.
Not saying that local bands are low quality. Could it come off that way?
It's not coming off that way.
No. But they just have that sound.
Yeah.
You know, just like that sound, that hearty sound. You know, whereas more pop stuff is like polished. I guess.
It wasn't near. It's not nearly as polished, and I think most bands would agree with you on a smaller scale. It's just not nearly as polished.
Exactly. Which I actually prefer when it comes to music.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say I will, because I say that and then I forget like right as the podcast ends. But
Right as you say that.
To check out more of Jeff's stuff.
More of Jeff's stuff.
So, more of Jeff's stuff. Jeffy Rosenstock.
Jeffy Rosenstock. All right.
Hoping I'm saying that right.
Moving right along. We should just throw a trigger warning out for the song, because it literally said it in the tweet for the song that there was like a trigger warning. So we should probably just throw one out there. If you're triggered by shit, just skip along or stop listening, since we're live right now. But when it's up,
I didn't even know about that. Okay.
Yeah, when it's up, just skip along. So the next thing that we're going to talk about comes from Get Tough. I'm very excited to talk to them, by the way. I want to pick their brain about this song. Dropped a single called Ragdoll on May 21st. And I'll just read off the trigger warning shit now. Abuse and sexual violence. So, yeah.
Yep. It's a lot.
Yeah. Definitely.
I thought it was very well done, honestly.
It gave me Simmer vibes.
Yes. And I am warming up to Simmer, so
About
this
time.
was a good. Yeah. I don't like it. Simmer, but I'm warming up to it. But this song was good. Yes. I enjoyed this song.
It gave me Simmer vibes. I think, I'm going to be completely honest, I think it dragged on a little too long towards the end, where they started repeating it. Towards the end, it got very repetitive, but I get what they were doing. Just in my personal opinion, I thought it started to get repetitive. I didn't skip it. I was like, should I loop this, or should I listen to the other stuff on the playlist? And I decided I wouldn't loop it right now.
Okay, right now. But you're probably gonna
maybe.
You're probably gonna go that too. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. I listened to it, I think 3 times, just to get a feel of it, like right before the podcast, because I was like, I feel like I should listen to this one again. It was pretty good. I agree with you that it did drag on just like a tiny bit at the end, but overall, like, it was a solid song. I just remembered we aren't rating stuff anymore.
We're really good at this. I swear. We're like we tell the bands that we sit down and interview. We are professionals at this.
We've been doing this for like. What? I counted the days. I think it was 193 days. 195 days.
195 days I'm never going to get back.
Oh my god. Wow. Thanks, dude.
195 awesome. Days where I had to talk to you almost every day.
I hate it here. Absolutely hate it here. But it's okay. We're friends.
Yeah, kind of. I think we're on the brink of a fallout.
It's okay.
We only got a couple more weeks of a jam-packed schedule, and then a couple more when we inevitably start booking things.
Just the lifetime left. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. I thought this was a very good song. Going back to the topic, I thought it was good. Solid song. I'm excited to see what else they put out. If it has the same vibe or not.
I think that this was like their debut single, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah. It was the only thing on their Spotify.
Okay.
So I would assume so, unless they have stuff on like Bandcamp or SoundCloud, which we didn't check. But
yeah.
On Spotify debut, I guess.
Spotify debut. If it wasn't their debut, it was their Spotify debut.
Spotify. We're coining that now.
Yes. The song was dark. Did a good job of conveying the emotion that they were trying to get across. I respect that. So all in all, we said fuck rating after the Youngblood song. So I'll just say it was a good song. I enjoyed it. It gave me Simmer vibes. Let's move along. Oh fucking sweet Lord.
Agree.
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
All right. So
okay.
This
the
next
1975 put out.
Fine. I'm shutting up.
Okay. The 1975 put out an album, Notes on a Conditional Form, on May 22nd. It was an hour and a half long.
It sucked.
Shut up! It did not. I
did.
liked it. It was so. It was the road, like the official road trip album.
It sucked.
Like It was a Starry Night album. That is the
Are Starry
album.
Night albums supposed to be boring as all hell?
Oh, shut up. You're so used to just like constant like whatever.
I'm not the only one with this opinion. We spoke to Tom from that band today. What's their name? He was an artist. He was an artist. She was a carpenter. The band that said that's pog as fuck in DMs. That was hilarious, by the way.
That was awesome.
That was hilarious.
Cry.
Even Tom agreed. The album sucked.
Yeah, but I thought it was good.
You want to know what's bad? Is that not only was this album delayed multiple times, it was delayed multiple times. They still dropped garbage, and then to get a listenable experience, people are passing around an interludus. I'm gonna rephrase that. Yeah, a playlist without the interludes. The album should be able to flow and not get boring with those interludes in it. So I think it's pathetic that an album has to be passed around without the interludes for it to become a listenable experience.
Okay, that's valid.
Yes.
But I thought the interludes really set the tone for the entire album.
I thought it didn't flow well.
That's fair.
So, I mean, I'm also going to be completely transparent. I hated this album so much, I listened to half of it and I stopped.
You didn't finish it. Exactly.
I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it. It was so boring.
You didn't finish any of the albums on the set today.
That's my bad. At least I'm not trying to fake it. I had plans. What was I going to do? Listen to the 1975 album while I was hanging out with the infamous Sam? Did you want me to do that? The infamous Sam? She would have fallen asleep.
Oh, no.
People is the only good song on that album, and I stand by it. Another thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
Another thing I want to talk about. The intro. 4 minutes of talking. What the hell is this, a prog record?
Okay, I do have to agree. The intro was, like, it would have been better as something that is in, like, the lyric booklet, like, dedicated to. They could have put another page with that transcript on it. I think that would have been better, and also a little, like, buy the album and you find this cool note, or it might have been from a speech or something. Again, I didn't check, but I'm just going off of what I heard.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if they did that instead, so you don't have to skip a track every time you listen to it because you don't feel like hearing somebody talk for 4 minutes straight before an album. I do agree that that was not the best way to open an album, in my opinion, but overall, I did like the album, and I will listen to it again because I like the vibes of it. Okay, I thought it was very well put together. I thought the production was very well. I liked most of the songs on there, and I liked the closer track. Guys, is very good. So that's all I have to say.
I almost fell asleep while I listened to it. Another thing about the opening track. It's completely okay to open up your album with like a little something like the way the 1975 did. I thought it was creative and interesting, and it's something new. It should never be 4 minutes long, especially when someone's going to listen to this album over and over again, and give the people a reason to listen to it. It should have faded into people. It did not fade into people.
Given it a
yes,
very good...
it should have. It should have it could have started out with talking, but then as it progressed, it built up into that song. It would have been a much cooler experience instead of going from talking to getting kicked in the face with people.
Yeah, so, that would have been good. That would have made it better, and that would have definitely connected it better with the album instead of just having it kind of like this is awkward.
It felt like it felt like it was an afterthought almost. Like they're like, we need an opener track, and they just threw that on there. They're like, we don't want to open the album with People because People is the only good song on this album, so we can't give the People the only good song as the first track. So we're gonna put a talking track and then the good track.
Oh my god! Again,
although
I liked it.
I will be. We talked about the other singles on here, and I enjoyed those as well. I am like memeing a little bit when I say that People is the only good song on the record. People is the only song that I want to come back to.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The other singles weren't bad. Other than that, I just, I do plan to give it a full listen at some point. I just did not do it in time for this because I've been putting it off because it's an hour and a half long, which is a chunky album, which is another turn off. Yes.
Yeah, I was working when I was listening to it. Yeah. You know what I was working on.
Oh, you were?
I was.
Poggers.
Yeah. I was listening and counting and contacting and secret stuff.
Secret stuff that we can't announce yet, but we're stoked to announce.
It's
stoked to announce it on June 10th.
No, 11th.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter because they don't need to know when we're going to start being cryptic anyway.
Oh, well, I mean, the 10th. Why didn't we coordinate this? Whatever. Summary.
June 2nd. Look at our display name. It'll be the same.
It'll be exactly the same. No, but to go back to the... Oh my god, I almost said the People's album. The 1975
the
album.
People's album.
My last thought on the 1975, which is the opening track name, they shouldn't have made it 4 minutes long because that made me think it was a song, and I was expecting it to fade into a song that represented the 1975, but it was just talking the entire way through, which did trick me into listening to the entire thing. But I was let down.
Extremely.
Into people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, so why did I listen to that anyways? Like, it had a lot of good information. It was a good message that was in the speech that the person was doing. I phrased that so wrong. It was cool, but you shouldn't have made me think that it was a song to get me to listen to it. I shouldn't have been waiting 4 minutes for something that wasn't even gonna
That's
happen.
why even if you didn't want it to be a full song, there should have been some sort of build up or something just to make it like worth listening to. Whereas if you started off like skipping that, you would get like it just kind of hitting you right in the face. Yeah. Whereas like you get that build up. Yeah. I agree. And I think that's what turned me away like almost immediately because like I was already weary in the fact that 22 goddamn songs. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's 2 albums worth of songs right there, and I think that's what they should have done. Whatever. I think 22 songs is too long, but that's a different debate for another day. Especially when it flows as poorly as this one does.
Okay, I'm not.
It was an immediate turn off. Considering I'm not the biggest 1975 fan, I definitely listen to them on occasion, but I'm not the biggest 1975 fan. So sitting down to listen to this album, and the first thing I hear is I'm going to assume Maddie talking for 4 minutes. It was pathetic.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
That's fair. Again, last note on this. Please, why was it 4 minutes?
Why was it 4 minutes? Why was it 4 minutes?
Like,
and then, why was the album an hour and a half?
If they broke it up and put one piece, like one half at the beginning and then one half at the end as the opener and closer, that would have been cool. That would have made sense. That would have made it easier to listen to for me.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of sitting down and just committing to a 4 minute track of just somebody talking.
Mm-hmm.
But like, hey, it's your album. Do what you want. I liked it. I added a lot of the songs to my road trip playlist because, as I said, it has just that, it's good. I liked it. I probably won't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it depends on how
cheaply you can get it for.
Exactly. Because I waited like 5 years to get Flickr.
Yeah.
So like, I'll
wait 5 years to get notes on a conditional form.
Exactly.
We found one thing we hated and we pulled it apart for like 5 minutes.
We did. But it's something that I'm pretty sure is mutually like disliked.
Yeah.
Even people who like the album, like me, can be like, okay, yeah, this wasn't the best part of the album.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Before we move along to the next thing, I know I'm gonna pull up a topic from fucking month and a half ago because it just popped in my head and we don't have much more to talk about. Most of them are singles anyway. So you know how we spoke about All Time Low's bomb of an album, Wake Up Sunshine?
Okay. I listened to parts of it again and I thought it was really well. I don't know if I said this before, but I think it would have been better as albums, like how EPs, like how Haley did it. But that's all I have to say.
That's actually where I was gonna go with this. We are a fucking hive mind. I hate it here. I put it on my driving playlist because I thought, like you said, as singles, like as listening to the songs as individual songs and not as a cohesive album, it's listenable. So Clumsy came on today and Sam was like, you're not skipping that. That is one of my favorite songs off the album. So I had to sit there and listen to it. And I thought it was better than when I listen to it in the context of the album. So I'd like to say you were right on that front.
Exactly. Because it's almost overwhelming because to me, personally, in the 2 listens that I've done with it, I'm actually going to make an attempt to listen to all of it again tonight.
Do you
No
want to do that?
promises because I'll probably forget and go back to One Direction.
Felt that.
But basically I think it is a good album if you pull it apart, and if they took the Haley route, which is something that I'm not a fan of, but if All Time Low did it, I think it would have worked out better.
So the
if
Haley
they just made separate albums.
The Haley
EPs,
route depends on the artist for you then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
For Haley, didn't make sense that she did it. She probably thought of some.
She had some wild backstory or whatever to it.
Exactly. And that's cool. She did it. She liked doing that. That was her choice. Awesome. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I wish All Time Low did it though, because then I would have been able to be like, oh, I prefer
EP2.
Wake Up Sunshine 1.
Yeah.
Or Wake Up Sunshine 2. But as an album, it's a bit overwhelming. But if they were put into EPs, I feel like I would have been able to enjoy it more.
Oh.
So the songs themselves are good. It's just if you put them back to back to back to back to back for like an hour,
a snooze fest.
To me, it's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a snooze fest. Yeah. And a couple of them still suck. Yeah. Like point blank, they just suck. Pull them apart or not, some of them just blow.
I need to listen to them again because I can't. I only remember Getaway Green.
It's probably Sleeping In.
That's Sleeping In. Those are the only 2
those,
that I
those are the
like.
2 that, like, if those come on, those are staying on kind of thing.
Yeah.
After this, well, after the interview, if you want to do that, we can do that.
Yes. Yes. Listening party. Yes.
Listening party.
I would love to.
Fantastic. Adam and Steve and Pixel Terror. This was a Pixel Terror remix. Gloria, you good over there? Did a remix of Younger on May 22nd. Take it from here.
What? Oh, are you asking me if I thought it was good or not?
Yeah, I'm asking you to take it from here. I don't want to start it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was good. I'm pretty sure I've heard the original, and I think I prefer the remix, actually. This is like one of the few cases that I actually prefer the remix, which is cool. It's a remix. I don't know what to say. They did good. Adam and Steve is always good. I always like their music that they do, the collaborations that they do. And yeah.
It was a remix.
Yeah, it was a remix.
I think that's all I have to say. Like, I haven't listened to the original, so I have nothing to base it off of. Didn't it go like anime style for most of it? Like, I got weeb vibes from it.
I listened to it twice, and I was working, so I just heard like, oh, you can't hear that. I'm just kind of like swaying my head side to side.
Yeah, you can't hear that. We're just vibing right now. We are 100% vibing right now.
This is why you have to watch the video version on YouTube, because then you could just see us vibing. But it's okay. It was good. May 22nd. Adam and Steve feat Pixel Terror. Good. Love Adam and Steve. That's it. That's all I have to say.
You know who Adam and Steve is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was just making sure.
Yeah, that's Elijah Daniels and his boyfriend.
Yes.
No, fiance.
Yes.
Fiance. Yes. I know him.
Okay, good. I was just making sure. Yeah, I just have to. It was a remix. I have nothing to base it off of because I haven't listened to the original. I don't actively go out of my way to listen to Adam and Steve. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. You need to change that right now.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Moving right along. Oh, I get the Niall Horton topic. That's fantastic. Look at that.
Yay! Do you want to switch? Do you want to do this one and then I do Niall Horton?
Yeah, sure. This one was just as bad, actually. OneRepublic and some... I can't even pronounce that. Khea?
Wait. Let me see. Kia?
I'm gonna... Yeah, Kia, the Kia Soul, the little box car. That's funny. They did a Better Days.
What?
I could have swore Didn't this just have another verse put over it? Like, I swear I've heard this song before. Better Days.
Yeah, it's a feature. It's a feature. You know how like the Youngblood song had Youngblood on it?
I know, but I
That
swear.
was a song before. That was
Okay.
a song before, and Youngblood just added a track to it.
All right. So yeah, I'm like, I could have swore. So then it's nothing special. I don't know why. Why is
I
it
mean,
here?
it reminded me of Imagine Dragons, and
Well, OneRepublic is just as bad. So.
I wouldn't say bad. I would just say it's not my genre.
Well, it's generic radio pop. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's radio pop, and that's cool if you like that. Oh my god, I just don't want to be problematic. Like, oh, she hates this. I just
Being problematic is my job.
Yeah.
It was generic radio pop. I get why they did it, to put content out, because this was obviously a quarantine project. Like, oh, we have this song and we have this guy that wants to be on this song, so we're gonna put this guy on this song and then re-release it.
Yes.
So I get the appeal of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Perfect.
literally have nothing to say about it because it literally boils down to just generic radio pop.
Yeah. So you're probably gonna hear it when you go to the radio.
If you listen to the radio, which you shouldn't, stream your Spotify
Oh.
playlists. Unless you like generic radio pop, which if you do, stop listening to us.
The alt station is good.
The alt
That's what I
stations are alright, although the alt stations sometimes sprinkle in some garbage. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Can we talk about that for a second? I
Yeah.
go on to the alt station and High Hopes is playing. Can somebody answer that for me?
Well, High Hopes is
'Cause I'm
obviously
going
the
on-
epitome of alternative rock and emo and
The
metalcore.
fact that it was, oh my god, the fact that it was #1 on the alt charts, or was it alt rock? Was it rock? I think it was rock charts for like 2 years straight until 21 Pilots came along and was like, okay, I
It's our
actually
spot.
kind of fit into this genre, fit into it more than Panic at the Disco now in this era. Like, thank you 21 Pilots, firstly.
God bless.
What? Why are you on the alt? Like, I'm fine with you being on the pop station or the #1 hits. Like, go for it. I don't care. I barely listen to that unless like I scroll by and like Adore You's playing or whatever, and then I listen and then I scroll right back. But it's like this is not where you belong. Get out.
Well, some people are still
what I have to
like
say.
hung up on Panic at the Disco being alt, although they haven't been alt since 2005. So
What? Okay, wait. No, they haven't been alt since 2011, because that was Vices.
yeah.
Vices I count as alt because like.
Well, they like
it's not
teetered
pop.
back and forth. They went over to the folk radio station for Pretty Odd, and then they came back to their home for one more, and then they were like,
And then
let's
they
go
went to
pop.
Electronic. Oh, I thought that was more electronic.
Electropop?
Electropop. And then for Death of a Bachelor, they went to kind of like pop rock. I think that's pretty solid, pop rock. And then
They sold out.
they went straight to pop. But they might go to Screamo because he's been teasing Screamo stuff more. So that would be such a switch. Imagine like you go from pop rock, pop, Screamo.
All right, let's have this conversation. He's not going to do that. He's going to alienate
Would
his
kill
entire
him,
fan
yeah.
base. That, as an EP under his own name, it's very possible, and I would 100% kill for, like, listen. Don't stand Brendan. Brendan's a flaming piece of shit. He likes flaming pieces of shit, by the way.
No, we can't say that.
But he's not a good person. But he's talented.
He's made questionable choices and said questionable things.
Yes. I think we all have, but Brendan just keeps on doing it.
Yeah. He's also
He
like 30 from. Okay, sorry.
yeah,
Like
he-
he should have learned.
he's a talented man, and he's very good at the metal thing that he's been teasing.
Yes.
It will not come out under the Panic name, but I would not be surprised if we got a metal EP under his own name or under a different name. He will continue to put out pop garbage under the Panic name, though. The Panic name has been ruined since.
Unless he revives it somehow with
Yeah.
actually like good stuff. Because I thought Death of a Bachelor was good.
He
Max
has
was mad into this, but Death of a Bachelor was good, and then it all just went down.
Death of a Bachelor is listenable, and I do enjoy, especially those ending tracks.
Yes.
Are killer. So I do enjoy Death of a Bachelor on occasion.
As a treat.
As a treat, but no, he's not going back. He got a taste of the sweet pop money, and it's game over. Panic at the Disco is the Brendan Urie show, and it's garbage pop.
Literally, like, in the CDs, I remember, okay, sorry to say, but Pray for the Wicked was the first CD I bought.
Gross.
I don't tell people that anymore. I just say Trench was the first CD I bought because that's actually, like, a good record. I don't want you to say anything. Well, okay, compared to Pray for the Wicked, which one's the better album?
Well, I have managed to get through Pray for the Wicked because I was forced to, because you and I did a listen of it, right?
Oh, God, because we were like, maybe it isn't that bad. It was.
Maybe I have to apologize to all the 12-year-olds, and then we were like, wow, that was garbage. I have not managed to get through Trench, mostly because it's not for me, but what I have listened to and been able to get past, yeah, sure, it's better than Pray for the Wicked.
It's better. Okay, God bless.
God bless.
But, like, literally, in the lyric thing at the back of it for like dedications and whatever, it says Panic at the Disco is Brendan Urie. That's not a band.
That is a solo project.
I don't even my parents were like, wait, so is it just him? And I'm like, yeah, it's just him. And they're like, why doesn't he just be Brendan Urie then? I'm like, I have no clue.
The Panic money.
Yeah, so it's, how did we get from,
I don't even fucking know.
Generic pop.
Generic radio pop, that's right.
Generic radio pop. Anyways, moving on to good music.
Okay, Glory.
Shut up. Okay. Moving on to good music. Niall Horan released Black and White stripped down version, I guess, on May 22nd as a little single thing. I thought it was really good. It was, you could tell he's getting a little bored in quarantine.
Just a little bit. I think most people are.
I'm okay with it. Like, I would be okay if he released a acoustic version of Heartbreak Weather like how he did for Flicker. I'd be okay with that. So
I mean, he might.
Niall,
Sounds like he's bored.
It does, and he has this whole studio set up now.
Yeah.
So like, I'd be okay with that. It was good. It wasn't just a guitar, which is what I expected. I just expected like what he did for Live at Home thing, that live stream, and just for like Instagram lives and whatever. I just expected a studio version of that. But no, it actually had like backing vocals and like a little bit of drum, I think. I don't know.
Well, stripped down is like, stripped back is not acoustic. It is exactly that, stripped back. So it's like going to an acoustic show almost, at least in my opinion. Where there's like they're banging on the bongos or whatever that they're sitting on, and playing the acoustic guitar, and they're like
and they're
the bongos,
around a campfire.
Yeah, and they're around a campfire and they're singing into a megaphone on a beach. And then they somehow wind up in the woods halfway through the song.
Exactly. It happens all the time.
Yeah, as someone who has went to multiple acoustic shows, yes, that happens all the time. It starts out on the beach, and then it magically just winds up in like a forest somewhere, typically like a couple thousand miles away.
Yeah,
like
a couple states away.
Yeah, you just transition. You just transition through. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. What did you think?
I'm supposed to give my opinion.
I don't care. Yeah, it's a music podcast. Go say your opinion.
I'm not gonna bash it. Actually,
Really? Okay.
The stripped back versions are exactly that. They're the same as acoustic versions for me. They typically don't do anything for me, and I thought it was good for what it was. It wasn't boring. I listened to it at a stoplight actually, so like most of it got played through a stoplight, and I was like, wow, this isn't bad. Like, because I got an opportunity to like actually listen to it. Instead of some of the other stuff on the playlist. So yeah, I thought it was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah, I would have preferred to like headbang while I was stuck at this long stoplight.
That's fair.
But it's good for what it was, and I'm not a Nile stan or anything, so I'm not gonna go, wow, this is the best thing he's ever put out. Like, oh my god, like I can't believe my king did something again. I can't believe he breathed.
What a king, a legend.
Yeah, a legend.
Remarkable.
Like, wow, he made music. What a freaking legend, bro. Like,
he is though. Okay, God, what a king. What a king. Okay, your turn. Oh, you got your favorite band.
oh my god, Green Day did a cover of Dreaming on May 22nd. I didn't listen to the original. Gloria, I don't think you listened to the original. It was a song that Green Day did.
I wasn't. Yep.
And are you gonna say you didn't hate it?
I was okay. So about this, I kind of didn't listen to the whole thing because I wasn't a fan of it, and I usually don't skip songs if I don't like it. If it's for the podcast, like if I'm listening to it by myself and I'm like, oh man, this song kind of sucks, I'm gonna skip it, of course.
Yeah.
But for podcasts, I usually try not to skip stuff. This one for me was just I couldn't, and I've listened to Scream, like heavy Scream stuff.
We interviewed a band today that has heavy Scream.
But their music was good.
Yeah.
I could listen to their music. But it's like I usually don't listen to Scream music, but for the podcast I do. This Green Day cover was so bad.
What was it? Scream? Like, I'm not gonna lie. So Green Day came on, and I kind of zoned out. I was like, I don't want to listen to this. So.
Oh my god, dude! It was. I'm glad they're doing stuff while they're stuck in quarantine. I'm glad they're still putting out content.
Yes.
And staying busy and keeping their fandom, like entertained, like new thing every Monday or Friday, whatever they're doing now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't today though.
Then maybe it's every Friday. I don't know. I know they're putting out covers every week.
Exactly. So like, I'm glad you're doing something, but not all of them are gonna be
winners.
Good. Exactly. And that's okay. This one wasn't for me. Maybe Ferris liked it. I'm sure they liked it.
I don't think Ferris is keeping up with this stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I don't even think Ferris knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I think Ferris is going through their mobile phase now.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah. So. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a song. The Green Day covered.
It was a cover.
Whether or not it was good is up for debate. But it was.
It's there.
Yeah, I know we cover these songs like on and off, like what Green Day did. It's pretty much like, do we need a filler for the week or not?
Yeah.
So this is a week where we're like, we need a filler for the week, so we're gonna talk about the Green Day song, and here we are talking about the Green Day song, and not really want to talk about it.
But we did, and we said our opinion, and your people listening, if you're listening, you are allowed to have your own opinion. If you like the song, awesome. I'm glad you found something you like.
Add us on Twitter with your opinion. I will bully you for it.
Oh my god. Just block the real PP judge.
No,
okay.
add us on the podcast Twitter. I'm done plugging my own Twitter. We gotta get the followers up on the podcast Twitter, bro.
Oh my god. Okay. Next up on the topic list, bro, it's so chill doing a pod. Can we talk about that for a second? For the past couple of days, we've been doing for the past couple months,
for the past month and a half,
for the past 2 months, we've been doing interview after interview, maybe 4 a day, maybe 3 minimum a day.
Yes.
And it's been really overwhelming, but good. It's been good. I love talking to people. I love learning about music process and writing because I can't sing or write or play any instruments. So it's so cool seeing that side of their world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree.
Whatever. So I love talking to people about that, but it's so overwhelming sometimes to just be like, okay, yeah, this interview's over, but we have to jump in another one in 30 minutes. So it's just so nice to just kind of sit down and just not be terrified that you're gonna mess up phrasing a question.
And this is also the first podcast in a month that we are not having anybody on to talk to, so we don't have to schedule it out, which is why we're going on these random tangents. But unlike the 1 week where we had 3 interviews where they were very forced tangents and we try to drag it out, now we know when to stop on these tangents and get back to the topic list.
Yes.
But like Gloria said, it has been very overwhelming. I pulled up the list today because Sam was like, "Oh, what bands are you talking to this week?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know." And then I pulled up the list and I'm like, I got anxious looking at that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's
I feel like I'm adjusting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Are you?
75 interviews later. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
What? I'm pretty sure we're actually about to hit 100 sometime soon, which
Oh, yeah.
is wild.
I mean, right now we're putting most of our energy into our secret project.
Oh.
So, we're hitting up bands for that instead, not interviews. But yeah, it's all been very fun. Thank you for the support. We'll probably go on another wholesome tangent towards the end, because things have been crazy lately. So we want to keep on saying thank you. Moving right along.
Okay. Shut up. Okay. Remo Drive released a single called "Ode to Joy" on May 22nd. What did you think? You said you got like a before the podcast started. You said you got like a Christmas vibe.
Yes, I don't know what it was about it. Like what gave me that vibe. I think it was the chorus. I don't even know music. Why the fuck am I talking about it? Two teenagers that know nothing about music, and we have a music podcast. I think it was. Yeah, it was great. It was something that just like gave me like that vibe of like an older Christmas song. I don't know.
I mean, maybe the name Ode to Joy.
It wasn't even the name because I'm not gonna lie. I was like trying to drive, so I didn't really look at the name.
Oh.
I just was like, this comes off as like a Christmas song. Mm-hmm. And then I looked at the name. I'm like, God, it's time me to drive. So like I know like I can say that on the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got Christmas vibes from it. Did we talk about the last song on here? I don't remember if we talked about the last.
Drive.
Yeah.
Let me see what it's called, and then I can get back to you.
I'm pretty sure we talked about the last song on here because I remember saying that they're dropping the album in like a couple of weeks, I think.
Oh, sorry. It's called "Ode to Joy 2." I just
Ode to Joy 2.
Last one was "Star Worship." I'm pretty sure we spoke about that.
I'm pretty sure we spoke about that. I don't remember anything from it, so I don't know why I brought it up because I was going to attempt to make a comparison.
That's fair.
But I can't pull this comparison out of my ass, so I'm just gonna
tried.
shove it along to glory.
You tried. I didn't get a Christmas vibe, but I really would have appreciated it because I'm really missing Christmas now. So I didn't get a Christmas vibe, but I got just kind of like a. Is it weird to say just kind of like a old vibe from it? Just kind of like, I don't know. I just not like old as in aged or bad. Just kind of like.
I get that.
Relaxed and like.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what word to use. I know there's a word out there that I'm looking for right now. Rustic isn't the word because it doesn't mean it's low quality. It was good. Homey. That's a word that I feel like fits it. It was a very homey kind of song.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. I vibed with it. It just had that kind of just like relaxed kind of vibe. Except for the end where it kind of blew up a little bit, I think.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm excited for whatever they're going to do. I am not a big Remo Drive fan, but I'm excited to talk about the album on here. I'm hoping that it doesn't suck.
Yes. Also, didn't they just release an album in 2019? It's a bit early to start dropping.
Yeah, they did. They dropped it at the end of 2019 too. Like I think they dropped it in like September, which for music is like towards the end of the year. Because most bands like once like mid-November hits, like you only get a couple releases. So
exactly. So it's kind of peculiar. There we go. To start releasing new singles for possibly a new album. I'm assuming
there is a new album. They announced it with the first single. It's coming out in a couple weeks, I think.
I missed it, or I just forgot.
We spoke about it when we spoke about the single.
Really? Wow. Memory of a goldfish. Awesome.
We know.
So I thought it was good. I don't think I added it to any playlist, but I might have to because it just had that kind of
the homey playlist.
Laid back. Huh?
That you play on the home speakers. The homey playlist.
Shut up. Okay, move on to the next question.
The next question? What are we in an interview? If you were on death row, what would your last meal be and why?
What's your favorite color?
And for our last question, some may say it's the most important question. What is your favorite color? Since we've been stuck in quarantine lately, when quarantine's over, I'm going to run out of ways to segue.
Oh my god, dude.
Since, we're stuck in quarantine right now, what bands have you been listening to? Have you been working on any new projects while you're stuck in quarantine? What does your band name mean? What inspired you to start the band? Hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. We're here with Glory today. We're going to ask her some questions. I'm going to start thinking about the one interview that I couldn't even get the word podcast out. Glory has started a total of one interview. That's because I could not say the word podcast.
I started two. I started three because you weren't there for one of them. It was with Ferris, where you missed out 1 week, and I had to start it.
No, interviews. You've only done one. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, interviews. Thinking about the one where we're professionals at this, and then we sat down. I could not get the word podcast out. I attempted 4 times, and Glory had to do it.
Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that one.
I refuse to send you that footage because I have it all on. I have it all recorded.
All right.
Even though I told you we could use it for promo.
Exactly. So you guys will see it.
Yep.
Sometime soon, possibly.
Probably never. It's like at this point it's gonna come out in September.
Really? Oh shoot! Yeah.
No.
We'll push it.
We'll push it. It'll be out soon. You'll get to see me fucking up. Moving right along. Grandson and 0936 dropped a single. I am not saying that entire name. Again.
Oh, I can say it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. That's fucking long. It's another political song, I'm gonna assume.
Yeah. Did you not listen to it?
I did.
Okay.
But just based off the title.
Okay, yeah. I added this because my friend, I'm pretty sure they've tweeted, so I can just... Oh my god, shoot, I'm blanking. I swear, I know my friend's names. Okay, my friend is obsessed with Grandson. She talks about him all the time. Her @ on Twitter is based on Grandson. I'm pretty sure it's not your grandkid. She's amazing. We met on Omegle because we bonded over Louis Tomlinson and Supernatural. Cute. And it was awesome. And then I friended her on Twitter, and then we continued talking about Louis Tomlinson. It was awesome.
Cute.
She loves Grandson, so I've been seeing this on my timeline every day because she keeps talking about it and him. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. It was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. What did you think?
So Rayanne has attempted to get me into Grandson more than one time. She's shown me multiple Grandson songs, and every single one is hit flat, including the ones that we've talked about on here.
Sad.
All things considered, I enjoyed this song.
Really?
Yes. I'm not saying I'm going to go listen to it again, but it was it was not a horrible listen when I did listen to it.
Awesome. Cool.
Yes.
Good to know. All right. That's all I had to say. I had a whole thing about my friend.
Yeah, it was very cute. You forgot your friend's name. It was very cute.
It was okay. Let me find it.
I'm not falling asleep. I swear, I'm still here.
Kimberly. I knew it was Kim. Kimberly.
Kimberly.
I love her so much. She's amazing. Good person. Good soul. Move on. Your topic.
No, it's your topic.
No. Oh, shoot. Yep.
I don't like this flip-flop thing. We do it much better in interviews.
I think it's great. Zipper Mouth released a new single, Smokers, on May 22nd.
I'm excited to talk to them as well about this. Pick their brain.
Yes. I thought it was good.
I was glad to see something heavy on the playlist because I had relatively no say in the playlist this week. Not because Glory told me I wasn't allowed to, just because I came home and crashed yesterday after being at the concert, so I didn't even look at the playlist. And then Glory had already listened to the playlist by the time I attempted to sit down and listen to it, so I was like, I can't add anything. So I had no say, so I was happy to see that there was something heavy in here added by Glory because we would be talking to the band, so she's like, I have to put it in here. So
no, I It was also newly released. It wasn't just because we were talking about them. It was also just like a new thing. So.
Shit. I'm still here. I'm not falling asleep.
Okay.
So I enjoyed it because it was heavy, and I think there was female vocals, right?
Yes.
I listened to the song. There's female vocals, so that's always cool to see like a heavier band have female vocals. That's always exciting, because that's not something you typically see. So I always pull to those bands just because of that. So that's cool. I thought it was good.
It's good.
10 out of 10.
Again, I'm not like the biggest fan of like harder music. But for what it was very good. I'm very excited
Corey's
to talk
taking
to
my
the
line.
band.
For what it is.
What it was very good. I'm very excited to talk to the band. They seem nice. I'm pretty sure I've checked the DMs because you talk to everybody on Twitter and I talk to everybody on Instagram. But I'm pretty sure
you booked this
they're
one.
Very nice. Huh?
You booked this one.
No, I booked the last one. Like at the end part, I said.
You booked this entire interview.
I booked it.
I reached out to them. You booked it. It was on Instagram.
Did I?
Yep.
It was on Instagram.
Yeah, I reached out to them. You booked it.
This was on Twitter.
Nope.
No.
Glory stalks my DMs on Twitter, so if you DM me on Twitter to let her know that she's a PP, she will see it at some point. So DM me on Twitter. DM me on Twitter and let me know that Glory's a PP, because I will agree with you in DMs. I run the Twitter except when Glory isn't around, or except when I'm not around. Then Glory takes over and decides she's gonna live tweet bathing her dog or whatever, and then the dog pisses on her and she has a breakdown on Twitter.
Oh my god, dude! I was so mad about that. Like, she just literally like squatted right next to me and started pissing. I was like, Jesus Christ, Pepper.
Oh, hot.
Take a second. What are you doing?
Oh, hot.
But yeah, I did, because there are a bunch of smiley faces, so I'm gonna assume that was me. They reciprocated the smiley faces, so they were very nice people.
Glory does smiley faces. I do exclamation points. Glory does exclamation points and smiley faces.
Yes.
Glory uses the pleading emoji with almost everything. So, and the
two fingers.
Yes, you know who you're talking to. Okay, Glory's
you will know who you're
Glory's the soft one.
I am.
So for the last topic, we gotta talk about 100 gecs for whatever fucking reason.
Okay, Cheers Pricks recommended this to me, so I had to put it on. Because
fuck you, Wes and Will.
No, don't say that.
Respond to our DM about the secret project.
Yeah. Please.
Anyways,
Jesus Christ, I just God.
So,
yeah, sorry.
a remix of Stupid Horse.
Yes.
This is exactly what I expected it to be. Not good.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I tried listening to some of 100 gecs stuff beforehand because it's a remix, and I'm not gonna get like the best impression, I guess. Can you hear that in the background? I don't know. But I wanted to get like the best impression of their stuff and then compare it to the remix. And I'm not a fan of their stuff. Sorry, Wes and Will. Love you guys, but this is not it. It was different. It was different.
Definitely.
I can say that. It wasn't bad. It was just different. I'm not used to it. I'm not
not used to it. I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
The remix was kind of confusing. It was fine. It's there.
It is something that you can go on Spotify and listen to. Whether or not we recommend
it. It's on Spotify.
Yeah, whether or not we recommend it, it's a completely different story. But it is something that's on Spotify, and you can go listen to it if you would like to. So yeah. That is all the topics we have today. That was Gloria, is there anything you would like to plug today on the podcast?
Yes. Oh my God, no! I was gonna say I'm gonna.
Were you really about to plug what we have in the works?
No, I was gonna say that.
Oh well, actually, yeah. There's a couple things I would like to plug personally.
No. Shane, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Oh, fine. Okay, fine.
Okay. I would like to plug these really cool people called the Good Noise Podcast. Rand, we miss you.
She should be back next week.
She should be back tonight.
No, she should be back this next week. Is like when she'll be back, like on the podcast. I don't know when she's coming back for interviews, but she will be back on the podcast. Hopefully this upcoming Monday. Well, tonight it like ends or whatever. She's got to fix her sleep schedule.
No, it was 2 days ago when it ended.
Yeah, but she told me in DM she's got to take another 2 days to fix her sleep schedule.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, she should be hopefully doing this next week. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. Rand does exist. I know we went from like 50 followers to 250 followers. We have had people tell us that they thought Rand was a myth. Rand does exist, and she will be here very soon.
Yes. We miss you, Rand. Come back. Come back soon, please.
Come back in one
piece. Please, I'm going to kill Shane. Please come back.
Yeah, Gloria and I are getting sick of each other. So we literally woke up this morning at 7:30. Well, I woke up at 7:30. Gloria woke up at God only knows what time. Yeah, and then we jumped in a call at what 8:30.
Like 8.
Yeah, we have been talking to each other on and off all day since 8:30. And
I'm like, Shane, you're awesome. Love you, man. Great friend. Great person. I can't do this anymore. I'm quitting the podcast.
She's quitting her own podcast. It's my podcast now. Hand over the logins.
No, it's.
Put everything in my name now.
Please, Rand. This is a cry for help.
This is a cry for help. Shane's driving me insane. He keeps on feeding me these ideas, and he's like, we have to do it.
Please, Rand. We miss you. So stay on Rand. Follow her Twitter account. Follow our Twitter account.
Follow our Twitter account. We're trying to hit 300 followers. Do that, please.
Yes. And stream Space Dust.
Yes.
Stream their new stuff. Yes. I really like it.
Yeah, we love Drew here. We love Drew here.
Yeah.
Go check out our interview with them. Actually.
Yes.
They were very cool.
Exactly.
And
they're amazing.
Yes, they're a very cool person. Make sure to go check them out. Go give them your love and support. Anyways, speaking of love and support, thank you for listening to our shit and following us on Twitter. We're very chaotic over there. Go follow us. Gloria and I yell at each other. Go follow the Instagram.
I believe in Louis Tomlinson's supremacy.
I'm gonna delete that tweet.
No, don't delete it.
I'm gonna log you out of the Twitter account. Anyways,
no, don't you dare.
Like I did. What was it? It was yesterday. I logged you out of the Twitter account.
That was like 2 days ago. Yeah.
That was with Sam. Like Gloria's tweeting. She's tweeting stupid shit. I'm gonna log her out.
Oh, Sean just tweeted. Sean,
Poggers.
See it. Oh, sorry.
Anyways. Yeah, go follow the Instagram. Gloria runs it over there. I don't even touch that unless like I accidentally open a DM. Gloria runs all that shit over there though. I can't use Instagram. Gloria likes to intrude on the Twitter DMs though, so bully her if she starts speaking to you. Just bully her until I come back, and then just make her cry. Just make her cry.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to see Gloria
cry. It's not hard.
Yeah, it's really not. I've made her cry accidentally multiple times.
No, you did. No, only once.
Only once?
Only once.
Am I thinking about
accidentally?
Am I thinking about the time? Are you and I on the same page? I think we're on the same page. I think it was a tweet.
I think we're on the same page.
It was a tweet.
It was a tweet.
Was it a tweet?
No.
I was talking about. I was thinking about the tweet.
About this in the sense.
Okay.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what tweet I'm talking about?
I have no clue. Is it like a like from a tweet?
No. I was talking about a tweet I made on the podcast account.
Oh! No.
Okay. We have to stop doing this where we're like trying to like use the hive mind live.
Oh, here. I'm just going to explain it because it's going to seem so confusing. I don't care. Okay, so basically, this isn't bad for Shane. Shane didn't know. It's whatever. There was a poll on the podcast account where it was who's your Good Noise podcast bias, because that's what K-pop stands do.
Yeah, it was like fuck your K-pop bias. What's your whole, GPN stand?
That's exactly
bias or whatever.
And it was Rayanne, Shane, and me. And I don't like being compared to other people. I told Shane the reason why. I'm not going to share it here because that's kind of sucky.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. So like,
that's what I thought made Glory cry. The tweet has now been since deleted.
Yes.
So don't go
like,
cancel me. We figured things out because we had work to go do the next day. Well, I think we had an interview like 5 minutes after that.
5 interviews, dude. I was like, okay, so we need to talk about this before we have an interview.
Before we go talk to Happy. That interview was airing on Saturday. Go check that out.
We can talk about it now, dude. Oh my god.
We can talk about it now.
So I am the world's biggest Happy stan. Can you see it?
Yeah, you can.
Bro, I love Happy so much. Stan Happy, Stream Cult Classic. It's one of my favorite albums. It used to be my most streamed album, and then Walls was released. So sorry about that. I'll work on it, Tate and Sean and John. Anyways,
we spoke to all three of them.
To end this podcast.
It's cool. We spoke to all three of them. That interview comes out on Saturday. We also have a bunch of other cool interviews coming out. We dropped one yesterday with Fonz. We're dropping one on Tuesday with War Stripes. Wednesday with Honestly Me. Thursday with No Coincidence. Friday with Yellow Sweater. We love every single one of them. Make sure to check it out. This week is personally one of my favorites.
Honestly.
I don't know about you. I just like most of the interviews did go extremely well.
These were all week with all of them.
Yes, this was definitely one of my.
A lot.
Yeah, this was definitely one of my favorite weeks, like interview-wise, like dropping them. Next week is going to be very exciting as well. Next week is definitely, I think, up there. It's possibly my favorite week. We can't spoil anything yet, though. But if you go check, out our Patreon, I'm probably going to go post the list right when we're done here. So the $2 tier will get you the early access to that shit. So go check out our Patreon. I don't know. Give us money if you have the money to.
You have the money. Exactly. If you don't have the money, don't feel pressured. If you do have the money and you don't feel like giving it to us, don't feel pressured to.
We don't we don't know what to do with it, so.
No, we're gonna do that thing with it, with the.
I think I know what you're talking about.
The new.
Yes. Yeah. I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. Never mind. I know exactly what you're talking about. So we do know what we're gonna do with it. So if you'd like to fund that secret thing.
Back into the podcast.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Every dollar is going right back into the podcast some way, somehow.
Somehow, some way.
Yes.
I feel like we're stalling now.
We're not stalling. I know.
No, I'm excited for this.
Yeah. So yeah, go follow us everywhere. Thank you for all the support. It means the world. It has been a crazy couple weeks and a lot of talking to Glory. So thank you for supporting us through that. I promise I will make Glory cry on stream once. That is how we're going to end it. We'll see you guys next week. Go check out the interviews. Go follow us everywhere. We have a Discord server that's in the pinned tweet. Join. Come talk to us. We talk sometimes. Glory and I don't like to talk to each other very much outside of the podcast, so we actively avoid the server, actually. So I will be in the server. Glory will see me speaking, and then she will leave.
Exactly.
So.
And then when he leaves, I'll start talking.
Yes. And then when I see that she's in there, I scare her away by going boo, and then she leaves.
And I'm like, ah.
So actually, I don't even think. All right, I'm just gonna end the stream. I'll see you guys next week. We'll see you guys next week. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're the Good Noise Podcast. Wow, we haven't done that outro in a while.